Those videos you're watching right now are something called neck nominations. It's a bit of an unfortunate online trend where kids, teenagers, are daring each other to do something crazy involving alcohol. They're tagging their friends, and then the friends have to also post another video. So we've been seeing a lot of crazy things happening. We've even seen reports of some deaths in the UK. And here today to talk to us about this trend and something that he's done to turn this sort of negative thing into a real huge positive called Feed the Deed. Ben Garrett joins us. And Ben, you're a student at McGill, that's right?
Yes, and thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. So we see this trend called neck nominations. You saw this. When you saw this trend, you know, students your age doing very stupid things involving alcohol, what was your initial thought?
Well, in the beginning, it wasn't too over the top, but it wasn't long before the craze took over and some dangerous stuff started happening. And I know a few of the leaders of the student body were like, maybe we should do something about this.
And you've seen this stuff here in Montreal, McGill and Concordia students, you've seen that?
I have, yes.
So you saw these trends, and now this is the great thing. We're seeing this on the screen over here. It's something called Feed the Deed. Just like neck nominations, you dare your friends to do something, but instead of daring them to do something stupid, you dare them to do something positive. What are you daring your friends to do?
Okay, well, in Feed the Deed, hopefully if you're spending money towards your neck nomination, you take that money and you put it back into the community. So something like donating to a charity, or if you're just going out and maybe handing out food to people. It's just anything that you could possibly do that's good.
And so this Feed the Deed, it's under another organization, like Kindness Counts is another organization, right? So tell me about Kindness Counts and Feed the Deed, how it all started, how that began.
All right, well, Kindness Counts is run by two people, a guy by the name of Russell Citron and a guy by the name of Josh Stern. Yeah. They first saw a video done by a guy in South Africa who went out and decided to do something that's like this, but it wasn't actually called Feed the Deed at the point. They both loved the idea and thought it was something they could bring here to maybe do some good while stopping some bad, and made videos separately themselves, met up, ended up liking the idea a lot, and then after I made my video, they contacted me asking if I wanted to do stuff on Montreal.
We're seeing some video now of that, you know, and this is stuff that's been posted to YouTube. Check out that hashtag Feed the Deed. Tell me, Ben, about some of your favorite Feed the Deed videos that you've seen posted.
Favorite Feed the Deeds? Well, actually, I can talk about the Feed the Deeds that both Josh and Russell did themselves. I know Josh went out and he handed out sandwiches to a few people on the street who couldn't afford them. And Russell, I think, or it might have been the other way around, sorry, Russell did that. Josh went out and just gave a cake to a random lady. So it was good stuff, just anything to see people happy.
So far, you're seeing a good response to Feed the Deed?
Yes, a great response.
Why do you think that is? Why are you seeing such a good turnaround to something that really started with a neck nomination, something so negative?
Well, with being like in university comes a whole sense of freedom, and just as it worked for neck nominations where people were like, we can do whatever we want, let's try something new just because we can. I think when they saw something like this come out, they were like, here's an opportunity to do some good. And we had an opportunity to do something a little crazy, but this maybe could make an impact.
Ben, thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you at home, head on over to YouTube, do a search for Feed the Deed, hashtag Feed the Deed, and you can see just all these videos pouring in from around the world of students doing some good with what started out as a pretty bad viral trend. Ben, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.